What's up, guys? We are live at the Roar Zone. We promoted this show for Lemke's Leverage. The CEO, Cindy Lemke, a good friend of mine. She had a family emergency, and she's going to keep me posted. So we're going solo tonight. I was trying to think about, what do I want to talk about? I was back east about 2 months ago, and I found out that a friend of mine who I grew up with had terminal cancer. I wanted to try and connect with him, and I couldn't connect with him. I wanted to see him. I just found out like 2 days ago, I think it was, that he passed away. I think he was like 48, 49 years old, something like that. And when things like that happen, it makes you, it checks you. It makes you realize two things. Number one, how fragile life is and how quick this journey is. I always go back to sports, right? I think in sports terms. So I'll be 51 in a few weeks, and in a month, actually, September 5th. So if anybody wants to send any gifts, I'll remind you, it's coming up. But if I live a full life, in my 90s, I'm at halftime, right? I'm coming into the third quarter of my life. If you're not sure how quick this goes, just think about how fast we got to August in 2017. I mean, think about how quick it came and it's gone. It almost feels like we were just talking about New Year's resolutions, and now we're coming into the end of the summer already, coming into fall. It's absolutely wild how quick this journey goes, and you don't get this back. And I speak on a lot of things, and fear barriers, self-image, perception. Life is perception. I guess if I had to really boil it down, I'm going to steal the awesome quote from Gary V. You're gonna fucking die, right? We're gonna die. We're all gonna be dust sooner or later. Man, what are you doing while you're here? That the old cliche of find your purpose, what's your purpose, really is true. What are you doing? What are you doing when you're here? Because, man, when you get to the end, are you gonna regret the journey that you had? Are you gonna have regrets? Because if you do, you don't get it back. And I guess you take that with you. I don't know. But it's interesting. I wanted to talk about that. What are you doing to make this journey worth it to you? And only you can answer that. A lot of people look at me, or they say, wow, man, you really hustle, you keep moving, you're making a lot happen. And, my entrepreneurial DNA, I feel like I'm 10 steps behind. I always feel like I need to do more. I feel like I want to grab every single second that I can while I'm here and while I'm healthy. And if you don't look at life that way, I don't get it. I don't understand how you can't look at life that way. That's what I don't get. And I know there's plenty of people that don't. This is our one ride that I'm aware of anyway. And why anybody wouldn't want to make the most of it and just grab this life by the horns, I don't get it. And quite honestly, I'm glad I don't get it. I'm glad I'm not wired that way. I'm glad that I want to make the most of every moment, second that I have. And a little bit this, for me anyway, maps back to my motorcycle accident and how it was almost taken away from me, or I could have been paralyzed, or my whole life could have been changed, or I could have been dead. I remember that as a wake-up call for me to break through that fear barrier of wanting to sell my business, but feeling like, what else could I do? Maybe I got lucky. Can I do this again? Can I do this better? But if I can't, then what? Fear of letting go of that security of that business, or what I thought was security. But that motorcycle accident woke me up, and life checked me and said, tomorrow's not guaranteed. And tomorrow's not guaranteed to be the same as today. Well, look at soldiers, right? Look at the military. They leave with all their limbs, and a lot of them come back with missing a limb or two, or mentally different, emotionally different. So you don't know what life's going to be throwing at you. My question is, why not make the fucking most of what you got now? And if you're not in that mentality, I think it maps back to one thing. You're stuck in your bubble. You're stuck in that victim mentality. And I did a post this morning of a young lady and her daughter. And if I had to guess from the picture, she's in her mid-30s. Daughter's probably like 8 years old. I don't know, something like that. They both have their head shaved and they're fighting cancer, both of them together. And I used that this morning as like a wake-up call for people and said, if you're in a funk, get outside your bubble, look around. There's plenty of people that are praying for your problems. And I say this over and over and over, and I'll say this over and over and over till I'm dust, because I think that's the ultimate message that needs to get across to the majority of people out there, because it is easy to take things for granted. We're human. When you take things for granted to a degree that it stops you from living, or you don't feel grateful for what you have now, it limits you. It limits your life. I'm a big believer that gratitude wins every single time. I'm going to pull this up. I think somebody put a comment out there. Tracy, thank you so much for sharing it. Let's hear some of your comments. I know you're going to tell it like it is. Cindy, hope all is well. Keep me posted. Give me your thoughts on this once around. You know, this one time that we're given, and what are you doing to make the most of it? And what's your and I think a lot of people know what I'm looking to do, or my goal, my vision is to take this show nationwide on a tour bus and build this brand to a household name, so we can impact as many people as we can. And at the end of the day, when you become a household name, all the leverage goes back on you, your brand and your business. And that's the reason I want to become a household name, is for that opportunity. And I have some really cool goals set up to hit that will impact a whole lot of lives, both human and animal lives. Because I have a whole lot to do, I don't think I'm going anywhere anytime soon. You never know, but I don't think so. I need all my capacity to even come close to make this vision happen. Oh, here's the other thing. Just got the product in today. It just dropped today. Roar. Turn that clock back from the inside out. If you wanted more information, I'll post the website, DaveDaleyMM.com. So I'm really pumped for this, because we're going to eventually roll out a whole line of health and wellness products. And every time that I talk about my supplements, you're going to hear me say this. It's all about the lifestyle. There isn't a product out there that stands on its own. There's not a product out there that's the end all. It's a supplement for a reason. It supplements your lifestyle. So the better, the cleaner your lifestyle, the better supplements work for your goal. And that's just the bottom line. If anybody tells you anything different, run. Don't look back. You know, I just did a post earlier today. We always hear that real estate, right, is based on what? Location, location, location. Well, I got news for you. Sports nutrition, health supplements are based on lifestyle, lifestyle, lifestyle. So the better the location for your real estate, the better your ROI. The better your lifestyle, the better your ROI is for your supplements and for your overall return on investment in anything you do, your workouts, your meal plans, your supplements. All three of those, that trifecta all together is predicated on your lifestyle. I know we had Gloria. Gee, did she comment for me? Let me see. Cindy, talk about added value in relationships. Okay. Had an awesome keynote down in Brawley Monday night. It was awesome. I talked about this thing called security. Most people want security in life, and most people think that it's based in personal relationships, marriage. A lot of people think that security is based on that piece of paper that you got from your church or from your priest or your pastor or whoever married you, and it's really not the case. And a lot of people think that security is based on an actual diploma. So you get a good job, a secure job, or you work for a company, or you start your own company so you can create security for yourself. Look, at the end of the day, security is not mapped to any of those things. If you want security, bring more value. The more value you bring, the more security you create for yourself in business relationships, personal relationships, and intimate relationships. The more value you bring, the more security you create. And that's the bottom line. So when you bring the most value, you create the most security. I know we had someone, Gloria, I think, let's see here. Hold on. I got to keep refreshing. I use a biblical model of the 12 disciples. I know it may sound religious, but it's about influencing your surroundings, teaching the life skills from experience, leaving a legacy that when you're gone, what you're taught or lived on. Absolutely. And look, at the end of the day, you guys, you know, I'm not a religious person, but I wholeheartedly believe that if you are religious, if it makes you a better person in society, jump in with both feet. But if it doesn't, then only you can look in the mirror. But I know that Gloria's religion makes her a better person or helps her stay that better person. And if that is the case, jump in with both feet. But I agree with you, G. It's you know, I did a few of these posts before, and I say, if you're not working to leave your legacy, then here's my question: why are you here? If you're not working to leave a legacy, whatever that definition is for you, then why are you here? And I know, Cindy, we were going to talk about security and value, and to me, again, security is based on the value that you bring, either yourself, for you, for your relationships. If you work for a company, the more value you bring to that company, the more security you're going to have. They don't want to lose you because you're bringing more value. In an intimate relationship, if you're bringing more value than the other person, eventually the relationship is going to start to die. And then you're going to have a decision as that person that's bringing the most value. Do you want to stay or do you want to go? And I promise you this: if you're bringing more value than the other person in an intimate relationship and you decide to go, they are going to be devastated because you're bringing the most value. Same thing with your own business. If you're bringing the most value to your customers, to your vendors, you're going to always have that security and you're going to keep winning. But as soon as you stop focusing on bringing that value and you start to cut corners, you start to cheapen the business model or the product, you're going to start to lose. And that's just a reality. It's not my law, it's life. Life makes the rules. Tracy says, hi, Ron. All right. So congratulations on the new supplement. Oh, thank you, Cindy. Yeah, you know what? That's my focus, bringing value to my community any way I can. I do it the best I can, the best that I can, and had a really cool thing happen today. So I sent out the breakdown of my supplement to a buddy of mine who really knows supplements. He really knows that world inside and out. And I sent him the breakdown, and he was really pumped. So it was a good feeling. And I got another lady that's really a wealth of knowledge in the nutritional natural supplement world, and she's going to review my breakdown as well, my ingredients. So I'm waiting for her feedback tomorrow. So I'm pumped about that. So it looks like we got all ladies on here, which you know, I'm a fan of. I love women because I believe they're the baddest human beings on the planet. The problem is they forget that a lot of times. So you women forget what a bad human being you are, and what you can really do, and what you can accomplish on a daily basis is absolutely phenomenal. But the problem is you keep putting yourself last, and when you do that, you go against nature. Yeah, I'd love your feedback on that. Since we have so many women on here, what are you looking to do coming into 2018? What's your vision? What have you done that you said you were going to do in the beginning of 2017? Let's hear some of those accomplishments, or let's hear some of those things you still got to get accomplished before this 2017 is up. And trust me, the clock is ticking, ladies. It is ticking quickly. We're in August already. Before you know it, it's going to be Halloween, then it's going to be Thanksgiving, then it's going to be Christmas, and then it's going to be the New Year. And believe me, it's going to go quick. So what have you done, and what do you have left to do this year? Love to hear it. And I'd like to hear your take on the value, on creating security. And do you feel like that maps to value? And if it doesn't, I'd love to hear your take on it. All right, Tracy's getting her best body back. Awesome. It looks like we're moving in the same parallel directions, Tracy, because as you know, we're rolling out the nutritional products, and our second product down the road is probably going to be a woman's hormone balancer. So I'm pumped about that. I believe our goal should be looking and feeling 15 years younger from the inside out, starting with your blood work, starting with your inside, because the outside is a byproduct of what your inside really is like. So when you see people that smoke for a long time, drink alcohol, do drugs for a long time, their outside shows what their inside looks like. And that's just the real. That's just the fact. Now, it doesn't mean you can't turn things around. It doesn't mean it's not too late. Your outside tells us what your lifestyle is. It really is. So again, life and your results never lie. That's awesome. I love that goal. And again, when you focus on the inside out with the blood work, with the hormones, with keeping everything in balance, the outside is just a byproduct. So when people say, man, you look so much younger, I didn't think you were that old. When you hear that, that means you're doing something right. I'm a big proponent on striving to look and feel 10 to 15 years younger. And we can all do that if we're willing to put the work in, we're willing to put the time in, and we're willing to have those non-negotiables. Got to have those non-negotiables. If you don't have those non-negotiables, I'm laughing because I say it all the time. If you don't have your non-negotiables, you're a buoy in the ocean. You're going to let the tides take you wherever they want to take you. You're going to let the wind take you wherever it wants to take you. You're going to let life take you instead of you taking control and steering in the direction you want to steer in. Getting your mortgage broker's license. That a girl? Love it. I need to get that for my thyroid. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, as you know, Tracy, we talked about this before, it's all about the inside. When you take care of the inside, everything else falls into place. And it's just it's just a big proponent of that. At the end of the day, it's what you put in is what you get out. And that's just life, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional, whether it's mental. If you're not willing to put much in, your results are going to dictate. Matter of fact, I was on the phone with somebody earlier, and they saw that I launched my product, and they text me, and then we talked on the phone coming here, and that person doesn't have a particularly healthy lifestyle with the food and doesn't work out and everything else, but feels like they need this product. But I said to them, don't waste your money, because if you're not willing to put the work in, go to the gym on a consistent basis, create a formula, a system that's going to get you to that lean muscle direction, then don't waste your money. Don't take supplements, because it's not going to get you there by itself. It's going to enhance what you're doing, but it's not going to get you there by yourself. And I'm not afraid to tell people that don't waste your money if your lifestyle isn't in alignment with supplements. And that's just the real. That's just a fact. So yeah, look at your lifestyle, audit yourself. If you're not willing to put the work in, don't think that some pill is going to change your life. It's not. It's going to enhance what you're doing, but it's not going to do it for you. And if I could find that pill, I'd already have my show on the road, and we'd be you'd be watching me from a little different situation here. Hell yes to non-negotiables. There you go. So Tracy, what are some of your non-negotiables? Throw them out there to us. Making better choices with the man who brings the most value to my life. There you go. And again, when you bring more value, you win. And that's just the real. And that other person or those other people, they're either going to be able to match you or they're not. And when they don't match you for a certain period of time, then life gives you choices. And life says, do you want to keep moving forward by you being the only, being that one that gives the most value? Or do you want out of this relationship because it's not feeding you? And at the end of the day, there's no right or wrong, right? You can only answer that. But if you stay and you're not getting the results you want, you're not creating the life you want, it's because you didn't make the decisions to do that. So that's just the real. And that's what I love about life. It's so simple, just not always easy. and it's not supposed to be. So yeah, everything we talk about is very simple, to the point, but not easy. Yeah, respect me or lose me, and you're the one that has to determine what that is for you, and either accept it, reject it, or, as you know my whole thoughts on that. That's on you. You have to decide that. You have to define that, and you have to audit that on a consistent basis. And then you have to be honest with yourself. And are you really bringing the value that you say you're bringing? And this isn't directly to Tracy. It's directed to everybody, including myself. You have to. I think it really starts with auditing yourself and being honest. Are you giving it everything you got? Are you being the person you say you are? And guess what? If you're not, life will tear that curtain away and show the real, because your results will. Learn to audit honestly, because if you're not, you're going to pay the price. So again, great points that Tracy brought up. And again, everything I talk about starts with me. Am I bringing the most value I can to all my relationships? And the honest truth is, sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. I'm human. But when you build that level of awareness to start to know when you're not quicker than you did before, that's when you know you're winning. So now you can make those changes much, much quicker than if you're not building your level of awareness. And that's where self-development all maps to. And that's why I believe it's Life 101. And that's why it should be taught in school from day one. Because you just simply build your own level of awareness. So now you can get out of that funk quicker than you could before. And you can start to identify what you need to change or enhance in your life. And it's that simple. Honestly, loyalty, respect. Yeah, so as long as you're bringing that, then you can expect that. And that's the real. And that, again, I'm not talking directly to Tracy. She just used that comment. I'm saying it to everybody, including myself. So if you're not bringing that loyalty, that honesty, that respect to the relationship and to yourself, then you can't expect. Like energy attracts like energy, and that's the other thing I like about life. Life gives us the ultimate check. If we're attracting the toxic people into our life, we can only look in the mirror. I love it. I love how life just checks us all on a consistent basis, and it's interesting to see the ones that are willing to own it and the ones that aren't, and the ones that aren't find themselves back in that vicious circle over and over and over. And you know that I love this from the first time I heard it. I don't know, maybe 30 years ago. I don't know what it was. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. It's so true, man. So true. I love it. So guys, thank you so much for jumping on. Appreciate the feedback. Appreciate the interaction. If anybody got anything out of this, please feel free to share it. And we're going to be back here Monday. Awesome show. We're going to have a business/life coach that worked directly with Tony Robbins. Who's the other guy? The sales guy. But anyway, you'll see his bio. You'll see his pick. Jeffrey Howard. Again, worked directly with Tony Robbins. Used to book a lot of his events, from my understanding. And then the other sales guy that everyone knows, if anyone knows his name, throw it out there. He's in California. I can't remember his name. And he's so popular. Guys, thanks so much for jumping on. As always, make it happen one way. Monster Motivator style, baby.